hidden behind one of the biggest weight loss struggles is a fact that most people never hear. Every day, millions of people step on a scale, cut calories, skip their favorite foods, spend hours exercising, and push themselves harder than ever, yet the fat around their waist seems determined to stay exactly where it is. The frustrating part is that many of these people are doing what they've been told for years. Eat less. Move more. Burn more calories. Repeat. But what if the real reason belly fat refuses to go away is not a lack of effort? What if the problem starts much deeper inside the body with a powerful hormone that quietly influences whether fat gets burned or stored? The truth is that belly fat is not always just a calorie problem. In many cases, it is a hormone problem. And one hormone sits right at the center of the story. That hormone is insulin. Most people only hear about insulin when diabetes is discussed, but insulin affects far more than blood sugar. It plays a major role in energy, hunger, cravings, fat storage, and even how easily your body can access the fat it has already stored. What makes this even more surprising is that insulin can be influencing your weight long before any obvious health problems appear. A person may feel completely normal while their body slowly becomes less responsive to insulin, creating conditions that make fat loss much harder than it needs to be. This is where things become interesting. Some people blame their age. Others blame their genetics. Many assume they simply have a slow metabolism. While those factors can matter, researchers have discovered that insulin resistance may be one of the most overlooked reasons why stubborn belly fat becomes so difficult to lose. And the signs often appear in ways that people do not connect to insulin at all. Constant cravings, energy crashes after meals, feeling hungry shortly after eating, difficulty losing weight despite eating less. These can all be clues that something important is happening beneath the surface. What makes this topic even more fascinating is that many weight loss plans focus almost entirely on calories while ignoring the hormonal signals that tell the body what to do with those calories. Your body is not a simple calculator. It is a complex system controlled by chemical messengers. These messengers constantly communicate with your brain, muscles, liver, and fat cells. Among them, insulin is one of the most powerful. When insulin levels rise, your body receives a signal. Depending on the situation, that signal can help store energy, regulate blood sugar, and keep everything running smoothly. But when insulin remains elevated too often, the story can change. The body may become more focused on storing fat and less willing to tap into existing fat reserves for energy. One lesser-known fact is that some of the habits people believe are helping them lose weight may actually be working against them. Certain daily routines can keep insulin active from morning until night without people realizing it. Many health experts now believe that this hidden pattern could be one reason why stubborn belly fat has become such a common problem around the world. The surprising part is that correcting it may not require extreme diets, expensive supplements, endless workouts, or complicated weight loss programs. In this video, you will discover how insulin works inside the body and why it has such a strong connection to belly fat. You will learn what insulin resistance really means and how it can quietly develop over time. You will uncover one common mistake that countless people make every day, often with the best intentions, that may keep their body stuck in fat storage mode. You will also learn about a simple insulin-focused strategy that many people overlook, along with practical habits that can support better insulin control and make fat loss feel less like a constant battle. Most importantly, you will understand why some people struggle for years to lose belly fat while others seem to make progress much more easily. Be sure to stay until the very end, because one of the most valuable parts of this discussion is not the insulin trick itself. It is understanding how a few small daily habits can quietly influence insulin levels and potentially determine whether your body stores fat or burns it. Many people focus on dramatic changes while completely missing the simple actions that can make the biggest difference over time. By the end of this video, you may look at weight loss, belly fat, and metabolism in a completely different way. So if you're ready to discover the hidden connection between insulin and stubborn belly fat, and learn why this topic is gaining so much attention among health experts and researchers, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the channel. We are here to break down complex health topics into simple, practical information that anyone can understand. If you enjoy learning evidence-based strategies that can help you make smarter choices for your health, take a moment to subscribe and join our growing community. Now, let's uncover the insulin secret that could change the way you think about belly fat forever. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to lose weight is assuming that all body fat behaves the same way. It does not. Fat stored around the belly is often very different from fat stored in other parts of the body. This is one reason why some people can lose weight from their face, arms, or legs and still notice that their waistline barely changes. Belly fat has attracted the attention of researchers for years because it is closely connected to what is happening inside the body. It is not simply sitting there as extra weight. It is influenced by hormones, metabolism, and the way the body handles energy. Among all the factors involved, insulin stands out as one of the most important. Many people hear the word insulin and immediately think about blood sugar. While insulin certainly helps regulate blood sugar, its role goes much further than that. Insulin acts like a messenger. After you eat, insulin helps move nutrients from your bloodstream into your cells where they can be used or stored. This process is completely normal. In fact, without insulin, the body would struggle to function properly. The problem begins when insulin levels remain elevated too often for too long. Over time, the body's cells can become less responsive to insulin. This condition is known as insulin resistance. At first, insulin resistance does not always cause obvious symptoms. A person may continue with daily life without realizing anything is changing inside their body. But behind the scenes, the cells are no longer responding as efficiently as they once did. To compensate for this reduced response, the body starts producing more insulin. This is where the cycle begins. More insulin enters the bloodstream. The body works harder and harder to achieve the same result. Over time, elevated insulin levels can make it more difficult for the body to access stored fat for energy. This creates a situation that many people find confusing. They reduce calories, they increase exercise, they put in genuine effort. Yet progress feels painfully slow. The reason may be that their body is receiving mixed signals. On one hand, they are trying to lose fat. On the other hand, higher insulin levels are encouraging the body to continue storing energy. The result can feel like driving with one foot on the gas pedal and the other on the brake. Movement happens, but much more slowly than expected. This is why belly fat is often linked to insulin resistance. Researchers have observed that excess fat around the waist tends to appear alongside problems with insulin regulation. The relationship works both ways. Increased belly fat can contribute to insulin resistance, and insulin resistance can make belly fat harder to lose. As this cycle continues, many people notice changes in their appetite. Hunger seems to arrive sooner than expected. Cravings become stronger. Energy levels fluctuate throughout the day. Some people feel hungry shortly after eating a meal that should have satisfied them for hours. The frustrating part is that these experiences are often blamed on a lack of willpower. People tell themselves they simply need more discipline. They believe they are failing because they cannot resist snacks or cravings. But the reality is often more complicated. Hormones play a major role in hunger signals. When insulin regulation becomes less efficient, hunger can feel stronger and more frequent. This makes it harder to stick with healthy eating habits even when motivation is high. Think about what happens during a typical day. Breakfast is finished in the morning. A couple of hours later, hunger starts to return. A small snack seems harmless. Then comes a sweet coffee drink. Another snack appears during the afternoon. Lunch is followed by something sugary for dessert. Dinner arrives in the evening, and later there may be another snack before bed. None of these choices seem dramatic on their own. In fact, many people believe eating frequently is helping their metabolism. The issue is not necessarily the individual foods. The issue is the pattern. Every time food is consumed, insulin rises to help manage the incoming nutrients. Again, this is completely normal. The body is doing exactly what it is designed to do. But when eating occurs constantly throughout the day, insulin rarely gets a chance to return to lower levels. The body spends hour after hour processing incoming energy. Many people focus only on what they eat while ignoring how often they eat. They spend enormous amounts of energy counting calories, reading nutrition labels, and searching for the perfect diet plan. Yet, meal timing and eating frequency often receive very little attention. This is why some people feel shocked when they learn that constant snacking may be working against their goals. Modern lifestyles make this pattern even more common. Food is available almost everywhere. Convenience stores, restaurants, vending machines, delivery apps, and endless snack options mean that eating can happen at any moment. Hunger is no longer required. Boredom can trigger eating. Stress can trigger eating. Habit can trigger eating. Social situations can trigger eating. Before long, the body spends most of the day responding to a steady stream of food. Another challenge is that many snack foods are specifically designed to encourage more eating. They are easy to consume, highly convenient, and often packed with combinations of sugar, refined carbohydrates, and fats that make stopping difficult. A person may sit down intending to eat a small portion and end up consuming far more than expected. This creates another rise in insulin and another interruption in the body's opportunity to use stored energy. What surprises many people is that the body already carries a reserve of stored energy in the form of body fat. That stored fat exists for a reason. It is meant to be used when incoming food is not immediately available. But if food keeps arriving every few hours, the body has less reason to tap into those reserves. Instead, it continues working with the energy that is constantly being supplied. This brings us to the simple insulin strategy that has gained increasing attention. Despite all the complicated diet plans and expensive weight loss products available today, the core idea is surprisingly straightforward. Create more time between meals. Give your body a chance to finish processing one meal before introducing another. This does not require starvation. It does not require extreme fasting schedules. It does not require skipping meals if doing so causes discomfort. The focus is simply on reducing unnecessary eating occasions throughout the day. For many people, this means taking an honest look at their snacking habits. Some snacks are consumed because of genuine hunger. Others happen automatically. A handful of chips while watching television. A cookie during a work break. A sweet coffee drink in the afternoon. A late night treat before bed. These small eating occasions may seem insignificant, but they can add up over time. When longer gaps exist between meals, insulin has more opportunity to decrease. During these periods, the body becomes more capable of accessing stored energy. This does not mean fat instantly melts away. The human body is far more complex than that. However, creating an environment that supports better insulin regulation can make fat loss easier over the long term. Many people notice subtle changes first. Hunger feels more predictable. Energy becomes steadier. Cravings become less intense. The urge to snack every couple of hours begins to fade. These changes may seem small, but they can create a powerful foundation for lasting progress. Instead of constantly fighting hunger, the individual begins working with their body's natural systems rather than against them. Another interesting observation is that many people initially worry they will feel miserable if they stop frequent snacking. Yet after an adjustment period, some discover the opposite. Their relationship with food becomes simpler. They spend less time thinking about their next snack. They feel more satisfied after meals. They gain confidence because healthy choices no longer feel like a constant battle. Of course, reducing unnecessary snacking is only one part of the picture. The quality of meals still matters. Physical activity still matters. Sleep still matters. Stress management still matters. But improving insulin patterns can create a strong foundation upon which all these other healthy habits can work more effectively. At the end of the day, losing stubborn belly fat is not about finding a magic pill, a secret workout, or the latest diet trend that promises instant results. More often than not, it comes down to understanding how your body works and giving it the conditions it needs to succeed. The biggest mistake isn't enjoying one unhealthy meal or having an occasional treat. The real problem is keeping insulin elevated from morning until night without ever giving your body a chance to tap into its stored energy. That hidden pattern can quietly make fat loss much harder than it needs to be. The good news is that small changes can create powerful results over time. By reducing unnecessary snacking, prioritizing protein-rich meals, taking a short walk after eating, and improving your sleep, you can help your body become more sensitive to insulin and better at using stored fat for energy. These habits may seem simple, but simple does not mean ineffective. In fact, some of the most powerful health improvements often come from the habits we repeat every single day. Remember, lasting fat loss is not about perfection. It is about consistency. One good decision may not change your life overnight, but hundreds of good decisions made over weeks and months can completely transform your health. The people who achieve long-term success are usually not the ones chasing shortcuts. They are the ones who stay patient, stay consistent, and trust the process. Now the question is, which habit will you start with first? Will it be cutting out unnecessary snacks, adding more protein to your meals, taking a walk after dinner, or finally making sleep a priority? The choice you make today could be the first step toward a healthier body and a smaller waistline in the months ahead. If you found this video helpful and learned something new, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. We share simple, science-backed health tips designed to help you make smarter choices and achieve real results. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps this video reach more people who may be struggling with the same challenges. And if you know someone who has been trying to lose belly fat without success, share this video with them. It might be the information they have been missing. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the smallest daily habits create the biggest transformations. We'll see you in the next video.